Oh god, please tell me I pause it. It'll make you sit here waiting for minutes at nothing. I probably have some spiel. More garbage, but you can see it's stall and draw. And he had a plethora of 2-drops, so surely he's not going to miss. Fox makes us another appearance. I'm not sure if I agree with this play. I think I should have just played my Think Twice over the Stitcher's Apprentice. I do like having a board presence, even a board presence that's not going to be too interacting. I mean, damage is damage, but there's doubtful I'm going to be able to swing in. Well, in this case I do, but is that 1 damage more important than a card? Let's see what it would have been. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure I draw here anyway. Or no. This is actually a pretty good play here. I leave the apprentice back, so if he does go to equip, I can block and sack it. And then silent departure on my turn to... basically, it's a huge tempo play. It leaves me with a 2-2 on the board and leaves him with nothing. But instead he plays a Cobbled Wing, so I don't get as much value as I wanted to. But it's still, you know, I take 2, and he's without a creature. If I end up doing the departure play anyway. I do continue with my sack. No, of course I think twice. And luckily I I don't have the green mana to misplay Splinter Fright again. And being I have 2 silent departures, I have no reason not to just throw one at the wolf and take over the board presence. I don't know, equipment, I like playing equipment where you just have it around and you try to play as many creatures as possible. Especially if you know the guy has silent departure and other removal spells. I mean, he's kind of land ho, so he doesn't have that option, but I prefer to develop a board before I start slamming equipment, trying to equip it to my 1 creature, continue, you know, that herky-jerky way of doing things. This is pretty sad here. I try to get him to block, and he does. He accommodates me. And I just get hosed. Just Traveler's Amulet, land, and a Silverchase Fox takes down my Shrieker. Not my best moment. What's the play here? Nothing too exciting, really. I think I just passed the turn. I don't want to flashback silent departure. Yeah, I have to think twice. That's good. That's very helpful. Get my Splinter Fright in play. I mean, there's going to be an 8-point life swing next turn. But, I mean, I'm not too concerned with it. I think the late game favors me. And he's a little hosed on mana anyway. Yeah, he's been occupying himself with his equipment the whole game. Ooh. That Million the Ancient Grudge was so huge. And I believe I'm discussing why I want to get rid of Splinter Fright here. Of course, like a dumbass, I'm doing it main phase. where I could have gotten in for 2 damage. But the reason I'm doing that is I just don't like the idea of putting Charmbreaker Devils in my graveyard, or other cards that I can't get back. I think Splinter Fright is more of a niche card, or like a creature heavy self-mill deck he's real good in. But I have a lot of spells. Like, if I had a Burial Rites, who gives a shit? More power to him. But since I don't want him sticking around. Yeah, he gets a little trick happy here. Which I wasn't going to block anyway. I think I pyre him out. Oh no, I got Grudge. Silly me. So I guess I would have blocked with my Ancient Grudge play. And here's the sweet irony of my whole Splinter Fright debacle. Is, of course, I didn't even make reference to this, that Charmbreaker Devil is going to land in the graveyard anyway. And of course it does. But as you can see, I mean, the board's developing nicely in my favor. And slamming that Gnaw the Bone, just, the insurance policy's there. And he's fucking, pardon the language, but he's just throwing away his tricks. I mean, he's at 21 life. What's 4 damage? Or not even 4. Would have been 3. Yeah, he's going through all his tools before like any real threat poses an issue to him. Like, maybe he's hoping he top decks land to slam a 5-mana spell, but I don't think that's the case. Yeah, he's just got junk. Yeah, here I'm just sacking that to get 1 more power worth of damage, and also getting value out of Spider Spawning and Gnaw the Bone. And of course, whenever I want to bring in a powerful attack, I always meet the rebuke. No doubt about it. And here I'm about to Stitch's Apprentice it away before I take a second to look at my hand and notice that I have a Somberwald Spider, which is a much better option. But overall, this deck performed pretty well. I had a lot of bombs, and I'm not thrilled with my play in round 2. I think I made some poor decisions, passing on the Force with the Alchemy, and not 2-for-1ing with the Temblor when I had the chance. And looking at my draws, I mean, it's terrible to even look at your draws like what could have been. But that Silent Departure would have held off the Alabaster Angel. And who knows what could have happened after that. But, I don't know, I feel it makes you a better player when you analyze your past games. Even commentating on them has improved my game substantially. Especially when you see how badly you get cheated by Traitorous Blood. But yeah, this guy had so many tricks. I don't know what his percentages were, but if I don't have at least, 25% of my deck being creatures, which is super low, like I want to have at least 13 in any draft deck, and more towards, 15 to 17 range. I mean, take the best of the best for as far as tricks go. Traitorous Blood, I never see it main decking unless I'm a black-red aggro deck. Otherwise, she sits in the sideboard and looks pretty. Whereas here, it's starting to look like a bit of a blowout. Again, like, the value of the self-mill cards. Gnaw the Bone and Spider Spawning. If you need time, they'll give it to you. And plenty of it. Even without the flashback, I mean, that's 5 power, 10 toughness in one card. And there's the card I passed, which... And I just watched the draft portion of this, and I said that that card was more powerful than Mindstreaker, which I totally disagree with now. Yeah, I think I'm Alchemy here just for, you know, actual win cons over, you know, defensive spells. Yeah, I think my only worry here was the Divine Reckoning, which I passed to the same side. Was it? Well, I passed it. I forget if it was the same side as the Instigator Gang or not. But that was the only real concern for losing this game. Yeah, and I think I opt to Pyre here. Even though I have plenty of cards in the graveyard, I just don't want to get stuck with some sort of a spell that... I don't think there's a stave off function spell in this format, but if I knew more knowledge, I'd maybe wait, but probably not, even though I'd do it for 6 anyhow. Or 5 rather. Yeah, a spirit isn't too concerning. And yeah, Dearly Departed, I'm not too impressed with. Like, I mean, a 5/5 flyer is certainly good, but I think that card is at home in a black-white deck, where Unburial Rites is there. It seems much more like a casual constructed deck more than a draft card. And again, just because I'm afraid of any sort of board wipe, I'm not going to trot out both the bear, or the boar and the wolf here. And just leaving back a couple spires just for the oh shit factor. Some hasty spell. And do I really tap? Yeah, I'd end up just playing both cards anyway. I'm not concerned in the least here, so I don't leave none of the Bone Man open. Or maybe I don't play the wolf. I guess I don't. Yeah, I mean, looking at the board here, the victory is mostly assured. Midnight Haunting will not do it. And instead of doing math, I just kind of tap some things and click OK. Yeah, even with the math, that's only 7. If he, oh no, I got Trample. Of course, he's got another Rebuke. Why would he have anything but Rebuke after Rebuke? Which, I've never played Rebuke, but I get hosed by it all the time. And I think, as far as white removal in this set, I'd put that at the top of the list. It's plenty good. And maybe I overvalued Temblor in other drafts, where it worked really, really well. But in this draft, it was real... I don't know, because I got hosed by it with round 2, but that was it. Maybe I'll actually not screw up the audio next time, and you can record my in-game commentary instead of this post-production nonsense. But have a good one.